So we will. It's just me and you. All right. Well, good evening and welcome to Wow Wednesday. And when Reverend Deborah asked me to do this, she asked me, well, I need a title. And so I said, well, it'll be Unwind, Presence, Acceptance, Joy, and Relaxation. Should cover everything. So we'll do a few meditations on those topics. I'll share a little bit. I don't have any format per se, so other than introduce the topic, share it. I don't know whether you sometimes have questions and answers. You can do that. So we're gonna let Spirit guide this experience this evening. But we're gonna do what we always do, is to start out with prayer. So I invite you to just connect with that presence. Realize wholeness for ourselves. Realize wholeness for Reverend Deborah and anyone else that comes into your mind, friends, family. Know that the Spirit of the living God, the healing energy of Spirit, is moving through all of us as we remain open and receptive to it. And this presence that is beyond human words and understanding is always with us, guiding us, directing us, uplifting us. And as we make it the activity of our awareness, our consciousness, something within us begins to transform and change. We become more in tune with that spiritual presence. A presence that can never be hurt, harmed, or endangered in any way. A presence that remains the same regardless of what is going on in the outside. It is a presence that we can lean on and rest assured in at any time, any place. So we rest in that presence right now and know that it is with us always. For this and so much more, we are grateful as we come together for this holy moment, this holy instant, in which we realize that our oneness is bound together by the Spirit that is within each and every one of us. For indeed, we are one in the Spirit. Amen. So I do, I think, 3 or 4 short meditation experiences. I call this unwinding and presence, acceptance, joy, and relaxation. So I took each one of those topics, starting with presence. And it's about bringing ourselves to the present moment. I had whoops, is that me? Did I do that? Did I do that? I was having a conversation with a minister that actually was a intern here. He was here primarily during COVID, so he probably didn't see him a lot. But we talked from time to time. He had a very interesting question that he posed during the course of our conversation. And he asks me, what is it that excites me right now in life? And it just so happened at that time I was doing a lot of research and reading and YouTubes on the topic of flow. And in a nutshell, flow is that moment in which, we've all had from time to time that we get totally immersed in whatever we're doing. We begin to lose track of time. And in those moments, we are like in the flow of spirit. That's, the way I describe it. And I always thought that was a very good question to ask someone when you're having a conversation. What's exciting you? Because it'll give you an idea of what's important to them at that moment and make a very interesting conversation. And I've been learning a little bit about how to, really get into flow. And this requires that, among other things, that we remove all distractions around us. And one of the things that's extremely distracting is our technology, our phones, and then the televisions and any other things that remove us from flow. Is everything okay? Okay. And one of the things that I've learned about getting into flow,
I do want to give you this
as a backup.
Let's just switch to it so we don't have
Switch to it?
distractions.
Oh, okay. All right. You're going to turn it. Is it on? Yeah. Okay. All righty. So one is off and one is on. So I was saying about getting into flow is, what I've learned is that if you want to get into a point where you can get a lot done in a short period of time, get yourself into a flow state where there's no distractions at all. And part of it is, like I said, we're eliminating the distractions around us. But even the night before, if you're going to do something the next morning, have everything ready to go. And so you can jump right into what you're focusing on. And also to eliminate any things that are on your mind that may occupy your mind that will distract you. So if you've got some things that need to be handled, you take care of that so you're totally present to what's happening. And what I've discovered in that state, you can get, at least for me, you can get so much more done than normal when things are distracting us. So anyway, the question that he asked me just brought up that topic to me, what's exciting you, and it's a good conversation starter. So with that, we're going to go into a meditation about getting us into that presence. So I invite you to just, sit in a manner that is relaxing for you. And we'll take a few moments to get into that state of our oneness and being fully present to the here and now. I invite you to, first of all, honor your breath. And as we honor our breath, it helps bring us to this present moment. So right now, take 5 purposeful breaths, significant breaths, intentional breaths. So let's fully inhale. And expanding our belly and chest as much as we can. Hold it for a moment. And now exhale. Feeling a wave of relaxation sweep over you. Inhale once again, another deep inhaling breath. Filling your entire breathing system with fresh oxygen. Hold it and then exhale. And know that the wave of relaxation gently sweeps over you. Take another deep breath, inhaling, so that you are brimming with air. Hold it for a moment. Soak in the oxygen and exhale. And your body begins to relax in different areas without any effort. Again, inhale. And feeling these breaths purifying your entire body. And as you exhale, notice how you are feeling. Take one more deep inhaling breath. Hold it for a moment. Feel yourself being invigorated by this presence. And exhale. Allowing relaxation to sweep over you. Take note on how you feel at this very moment. You now have an abundance of oxygen. And this is how we are created to feel. Breathing deeply and fully is an expression of self-compassion. Let your breath be natural. And notice how abundance feels. Feel that goodness now. Begin noticing how the very top of your head feels. And then move your focus to your eyes. Noticing your eyes and how they feel, and simply ask them to relax. Any small eye movements you notice allow for you to feel calm. Notice how the back of your head feels, and if it's touching anything or just feeling that presence of it, notice how it feels. How does your head feel right now? Let your focus move to your nose, feeling the slight sensations of air moving in and out with each breath that you take. Take a moment to focus your attention on that sensation as you're breathing in and out. Now bring your focus to your eyes, to your ears. And notice how your ears feel right now. Bringing yourself into the present moment. Try to hear every single noise around you. It may be slight, it may be the humming of the air conditioner. And And when the sounds come and you notice them, they act as little waves of relaxation, taking you even deeper. Notice the sound of my voice. And the voice is nothing more than a vibration. And feel that vibration now. From this moment on, you can only hear my voice as you focus on it, guiding you. All other sounds passing through only take you deeper into relaxation. Now focus on your mouth and how does it feel? And what do you notice? Whatever it is, we claim it to be good. Now moving your focus from your mouth, you move down to your neck and shoulders. And if there's any tension along the way, just ask it to release. 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 So slowly take your attention down each arm. Down all the way to each fingertip. Feel the sensations of touch on your fingertips. Nice. And now bring your awareness to your chest and also your upper body, relaxing these places. If there's any tension, just ask it nicely to release. 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 Now imagine focusing on your heart. And feel it beating strongly, supporting you. Relax your heart, noticing how good it feels to do so. With each in-breath and out-breath, you simply tell yourself to relax. Your heart relaxes. Experience the sensations now in your lungs. Feel them gently expanding and contracting with your breath. And with each in-breath and out-breath, you are delivering oxygen to your body temple. And you continue moving through your vital organs and digestive system. Just feel your belly and observe it digesting effortlessly. Observe your lower back and perhaps how it's pressing against the surface you're on, your chair. And if there's any tension, release it. You simply say to yourself, release, release. And now focus on your pelvis and hips and feeling the sensations you are having there. You continuously relax and you move into a deeper state of relaxation. And now your awareness is moving down each leg, slowly relaxing them. Your legs have taken you so many places over the years, and they deserve to fully relax. The wonderful wave of relaxation moves down all the way to your feet and to the tips of your toes. We declare it good, and you become aware of every part of your body. Putting you completely in the present moment. Being present with yourself allows for you to be present in your life. Let us take a moment of this quietness and feel our presence. Enjoy the relaxation for a moment. And if any time you feel like you want to get up, walk around, it's okay. You know, there's no rules here. I find that being present makes such a big difference in at least in my ability to get anything done. Because there's so many things trying to get our attention these days. Particularly the social media. You know, they make their money by, their currency is our attention. The more attention they get, the more profitable they become. So sometimes we have to take our attention back, keep it for ourselves. Like I said, I don't have a particular format. But so if something comes up, you want to ask a question, I'm available. Otherwise, we can just take a moment and go into the next topic, which is acceptance. There is I think, a statement from the, oh, yes, Ronnie, yes. Yes.
Was her hole in one.
The only thing that didn't work was a hole in one.
Just the whole thing. Sorry, I just got the mic.
All right, so yeah, we'll get, if somebody does have a question, we'll put a mic on, because I think we're
Thank you.
recording it so others could hear the question. Well, there, I think, is a statement from the Buddha that I don't know if I got it correctly, totally correct. He said that all suffering comes from wanting things to be different than what they are. You know, as I think about that, you know, most of the time we have suffering because something is not like we think it should be, and we're trying to make it be what we think it should be. And oftentimes that just makes it even more challenging for us to get through whatever is going through. So part of it is your acceptance of what is. And, you know, it kind of reminds me of the Serenity Prayer in the 12-step program. And I haven't been in a meeting in many years, so I don't know if I remember it correctly. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Church, to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. That's a very good prayer for acceptance. So it reduces, I think, a lot of angst and unnecessary suffering. I think we put ourselves through more suffering than we need to, and by simply not being able to accept what is at any given moment. And most of the time, I'm speaking for myself, sometimes I stress over things that if I just let them be, after a while they let you be. You know, that's one of the things I had a teacher of mine said, you know, if you let something be, after a while it lets you be and just moves on down the road, you know. So sometimes just let it be and it'll work out. So I'm going to go through just a guided meditation on the power of acceptance. And again, just become comfortable in your seat. Be fully here, as we said in the last meditation, to not let yourself be distracted by the distractants around you. And feel into the width of your chest as you soften your shoulders down and back. And if you wish, you can rest your palms of your face up on your thighs or in a manner that is comfortable for you. And you can close your eyes or simply gaze low at the ground ahead of you. Breathe in and out through your nose. And as you breathe in and out, just choose a breath that reflects all the qualities you desire in your mind. Gentle, quiet, patient, steady, spacious, and at ease. Balance your awareness between the three levels of mindfulness: your body, your breath, and the mind itself. Stay present right here with all three. Maybe 20% of our mind's attention is on each, and the remaining 40%, who knows? But let this part of the mind stay with the spaciousness and ease. The idea is to be mindful and at the same time free. Breathing, present with body, breath and mind, present, aware, open, spacious. And now notice what's present here with you. And notice if there's any sensation arising in the body. An energy that you can sense through the breath, or a movement, emotion, or habitual thought in mind. Whatever it is that you notice, welcome it in with a spaciousness and openness. Allow it to be. Don't try to change it. Don't chase it. Don't try to push it away. Can you remain still and spacious in your awareness? As you accept what it is that's arising. This is how things are right here and right now. Notice how it is and accept it. Recall that acceptance is spacious, non-judgmental, unattached. To accept is not an endorsement. To accept is not an opinion. To accept is simply to recognize, to notice. Acceptance is mindfulness and awareness of reality as it is. So what about now? What's present here with you now? What's arising in the body? What can you sense through the breath? Is there stillness or movement in the mind? This is how things are. Right here, right now. Notice how it is. Accept it. And recall that, like all things, it will also change. In your acceptance, you give what it is that you notice the freedom to change. When you, in reality, are no longer battling, reality no longer has to defend itself, thanks to your acceptance. There can be a softening. There can be a movement. There can be change. So what about now? What's present with you right here and right now? Accept all sensation that is arising in the body. Welcome it in. Give it space. Give it freedom. What type of energy do you sense through the breath? Welcome it all in. Watch it. And notice it with curiosity. Is there stillness or movement in the mind? Welcome it and accept it without attaching, without trying to push it away. This is how things are, right here, right now. Notice, welcome, accept. Sense the whole body, the breath, and the mind itself. opening into the freedom of acceptance. Nothing needs to be different right now. This is how it is. And from the spaciousness of acceptance, tap into the wisdom that acceptance provides. From the spaciousness of acceptance, from this awareness of things as they are. Connect to the wisdom in your body, your breath, and the mind. And ask the body itself the question, what should I do now? Be equally accepting of the answer. Let's take a few moments in the silence as we take in the words I have spoken, as we breathe in and breathe out and embody the consciousness of acceptance. Don't want to break up the tranquility, so if you want to just feel that presence. But if something comes up, you can let it come out. Sometimes when we have our staff meetings, in fact, all of our staff meetings, one of the things we do at the beginning of the meeting is ask people to share what we call part of our awesomeness report. And it's simply to look at anything in your life that's joyful, awesome, magnificent, and share that, with the group, the staff. And it could be anything. It doesn't even have to be related to church. It could be something that happened during the week or the day. And what I discover over time when, particularly when the energy is right and people are sharing this positive, joyful, uplifting energy, it creates a different kind of atmosphere to proceed the meeting in. I think it's a high vibration that we get when we do things like that. And I believe that we begin to attract like energy if you start creating that kind of energy field. And I've also discovered that out of that energy field comes great solutions that you may not normally get if you're down in the dumps and bringing in a negative energy or a low vibration energy. I don't know if I've ever got a great idea in a low vibration negative energy field, in my experience. That the great ideas always come when there's a joyful energy. And there's something about having that type of energy and remembering that joy that I think is within us all the time that lends itself to divine solutions and divine ideas and God ideas, whatever we want to call it. And we can help sustain that by noticing what brings us joy and keeping that into our forefront of our awareness. So I think we have to do this meditation. Do you all think you want to take a break? Do you feel the need to walk around or stand up or anything? Or you guys cool? Or? Yes, we can do. You can do a walking meditation right now if you. I always ask people. That's a type of meditation that some people do. They just walk and meditate. I wouldn't advise that they do that if they're driving necessarily, but it's another form of meditation. And meditation just means you're just focused. You're centering on an idea and present as much as possible, and that can be in any way. So let's do a meditation that says, notice what brings you joy. And if you want to walk, that's okay too. For those who are not walking, don't want to be distracted, just keep your eyes closed. You won't be fazed by it at all. And just accept it. So just listen to my voice, and if you feel like walking, it's okay. And one of the things that's most pleasant way, I should say, to cultivate mindfulness is to notice the things that bring you joy. And by taking the time to appreciate these moments, you're training the mind to recognize more of them in the future. So for this exercise, in your mind and maybe in reality, you're taking a short walk. And you're noticing what makes you happy. And in your mind, you find somewhere to walk. It may be in a park, on a trail, around your block. It doesn't have to be anywhere special. But as you imagine this walk, you stand and you take a deep breath. And another deep breath. Breathing in and breathing out. And notice the feeling of breathing at your nostrils. Ground yourself in the sensation of your feet on the ground, tuning into the weight of the body. And the gravity holding you down. Begin walking at a normal pace. And in your mind while you're moving, look for something you like. You may not love everything you see or experience, but there are likely sights, feelings, and sounds that you like. It can be as simple as a color or a shape of a thing, or not even the actual thing itself. When you notice something you like, say to yourself, I like that tree. Or I like the color blue. Or I like the birds chirping. Say this silently in your head whenever you notice something you enjoy. Or in that picture in your mind, you can say it out loud if you want. You're remembering there is no right or wrong with this type of practice. But true to yourself, you must be in whatever it is you like. As you're noticing the things that you find joy in and your mind wanders off, come back to the present moment by grounding yourself in the feeling of the feet on the ground as you walk. Then open back up to the experience you are enjoying. After time has passed, you've gone through your walk, noticing the things that bring you joy, you can return to your day. You can make this practice part of your daily life. Whenever you notice something you enjoy, however subtle it may be, note to yourself that you like it. For a few moments in the quietness, just bring to your mind anything that has arisen in your mind that you enjoy. And hold that vision for yourself. So notice what brings you joy. Just keep that in the forefront of your mind. Makes life better. We have time for one brief meditation to kind of close the evening on just relaxing. And a lot of our relaxation starts with how we use our mind. I had a situation where I was going to the airport, San Francisco, and I was with a friend who was driving to the airport to catch a flight. And as you know, the traffic can be sometimes pretty intense, even though we had left very early in the morning, like 5 o'clock or something, for 8:30 flight. And we had gotten one of those places where the traffic pretty much had stopped. It wasn't moving at all. And the person that was driving said, I think I'm going to run out of gas. And of course, my mind is like, well, a lot of things run through my mind like, why didn't you go to the gas station the night before and fill the tank up with gas? All of this going on in my head, so I'm getting angst, so I think we're going to run out of gas and we're going to miss the flight and everything. And but then I just thought about it, because I guess the how you get the notice that you're on reserve fuel on the gas notice thing on the dashboard. And so I had to flip my own thinking on that and say, number one, the traffic's going to let up. Number two, even though it's on reserve, we're going to have enough time, have gas to get to where we are. And in the end, it's going to be all right. And nothing changed. The gas was still low. At that moment, the traffic was still stopped. But what changed was that my mind, where I was focusing on, changed. And so a sense of relaxation came over me because of what I had rethought or refocused on my mind. Because I was telling, I don't know whether it was true or not, but I was telling myself, well, even when it's reserved, you could probably still go another 50, 60 miles, or more, So I just accepted that. I was already telling myself a different story. So, why not tell a story that's more empowering and that gives me a little bit more relaxation? So I think how we use our mind determines a lot on how we feel about what's going on in our life experience. So this few minutes is about the power of using our mind. Just take a few minutes to do that. Let's see. So let's take a moment, get fully present, and know the mind is a powerful tool. And we can use our mind to coax it in many different ways. It could help us determine where we focus our hearing and what we decide to look at. And we do this with curiosity and joyfulness and playfulness. So just take a moment to close your eyes. Notice how the body is resting. With eyes closed, bring your mind to the room that we're in right now. And picture where in the room your body is resting. Visualize the room in your mind. The floor, the walls, the doors. See what else you can piece together in your mind. You can let go of the room itself and just picture yourself somewhere peaceful. It could be a beach, a forest, your happy place. And at the same time, you can picture the space around you and try to bring up as many details as you can. You can also bring to mind a song or a tune that you know well. Hear the words or melody in your head. Now use your mind to change the experience of hearing the song. Turn the volume down. Make the song quiet in your head. Turn it up a bit. Investigate what it's like to slow the song down or speed it up. With a small amount of effort, you can change the experience you have in any way you choose. It's your mind. Let's take that in for a moment before we close out for tonight. Anyway, on that trip, we finally got through the traffic. Was able to get off, get some gas, and get to the airport. Happy ending. Well, I think next week is a community meal only, and we welcome, I don't know if anyone's here new tonight. Is anybody here new tonight? Everybody, all the faces look familiar that I can see. Well, as I like to say, if we're a little better now than we were at the beginning of this experience, then we're new in some way, shape, or form. Hope the mind's a little better. At this time, if we want to take an offer, we would like to share with an offering, you can do so. And so I just invite you to take your gift, your offering, whatever it may be. Lift them to the heavens, which is ever expanding good, knowing that you're in the flow of a principle that says whatever you give out comes back in a way that you never imagined, from directions you never thought of, because it's the nature of the Spirit. So with that, we can say our offertory blessing. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. Thank you, God. And I think at this time you usually have a song, thank you. Yes.
Thank you. 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 Pouring down. Your love is pouring down. Your love
you for coming out tonight. Yeah. And we'll have to do it again, but for the moment, let's close out with our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, I am, and all is well. All is well. Peace and blessings to you all.
Joy